Using a putty knife or a metal one covered in clear tape, enter the opening between the top cover and front panel just perpendicular to the lid opening, as demonstrated here. Push inward to release the retaining clips on both sides. As the front panel tilts forward, notice the two mounting tabs extending off the front frame rail at the bottom of the front cover. These hold the bottom of the front panel in place. The semi-transparent plastic outer tub is indicated here. The activator assembly sits atop a coupling attached to the inner drive shaft of the transmission. Note this transmission case rotates during motor operation. Slide a belt or a strap under the activator and lift firmly. Note how the technician braces the unit with his fingers to prevent it from rising up quickly and causing damage or injury. Now remove the bolt in the center of the air bell coupling. Once removed, lift the coupling off the shaft. The tub nut is reverse thread. Wear safety glasses when using a hammer and spanner wrench indicated in this video. A 1 1/16 socket with an impact gun may also be used. Always replace this nut with a new one upon reassembly. Remove these two screws that secure the washer top to the cabinet. Lift the top up and note that the lid switch must also be removed. Use a small screwdriver and press into this tab to release it. Lift the assembly up, turn it sideways, and slide it back down through the rectangular hole in the lid. Now lift the top up and remove it from the machine. Next, disconnect the 4 dampening straps from the outer tub ring. Each is fastened with a single screw. Remove each screw and lift the black strap off of the white post. Inspect each strap and replace any worn or missing ones upon reassembly. Undo this harness anchor from the tub shield. Disconnect the wiring harness from the motor. Separate the wiring harness and water level hose from the left suspension rod. Remove the pressure switch hose from the outer tub chamber. If there is an accelerometer present at the bottom center of the outer tub's front, remove the single screw securing it. Slide the unit down and out of the outer tub. Swing the accelerometer and its wiring harness out of the way. Remove the single ground screw to the right of the motor at the bottom of the frame. If your model has a speed sensor, look for the connector just above the ground screw and remove it. Undo this harness anchor from the right side of the tub shield. Undo the harness tie and separate the wiring harness from the right suspension rod. Drape the harness away from the outer tub. At the bottom right front of the machine base is the drain pump. Remove the inlet hose clamp and slide the hose off of the pump. If the washing machine still contains water, be sure to use a pinch-off tool on the hose before removing the clamp. Lift up on the left front of the tub and press the white crown of the rod and spring assembly out of the frame. Perform the same procedure on the right suspension rod and spring assembly. Using a long bar or screwdriver, perform the same procedure for the rear suspension rods, as seen from this top view. To completely remove the front rods from the machine cabinet, this clip must be pressed in from underneath. Then the socket support can be slid out and the rods will drop down through the frame for removal. Use this procedure and remove both front rod and spring assemblies from the machine. Notice that the front and rear spring and rod assemblies may be different. Watch the colors and note them for reassembly. Grasp the unit from the bottom of the outer tub with one hand, lifting slightly. Pull the unit forward and allow it to slide out of the machine cabinet. Brace the top of the unit with the other hand. Next, remove the white tub cover. Disengage the plastic tabs of the tub cover by pulling them outward. Remove the tub cover. Lift the wash basket out of the outer tub. Remove this split washer from the transmission shaft. Use a flat blade screwdriver to spread the washer if necessary. Replace the washer if worn or damaged. Remove this flat washer from the bottom of the transmission shaft. Now flip the mechanical unit over. Use care not to damage the customer's floor. Next, remove the nut, pulley, and drive belt. When initially loosening the pulley, it may be necessary to lock the pulley with a suitable tool into the frame. Now remove these 4 bolts securing the frame to the transmission base. If there is a speed sensor present, be sure to retrieve and reuse the lock nut that secures it to the transmission bolt above it. Remove the 4 bolts at the end of the frame arms that secure them to the outer tub. The 4th bolt is not in view here, but it is present on all machines. Remove this cable tie securing the overflow tube to the frame. Replace with a new one upon reassembly. Now lift the frame assembly off of the outer tub. Lift the transmission out of the tub bearing. Pry the seal out and seat the new seal using a soft mallet or suitable drive tool. Always replace the tub seal when separating the transmission from the outer tub. This concludes this training video.